Hey, what's up traders? Thanks for watching my channel. I hope you get tons of value from my content, and we are running a contest every month to pick a winner for free full access to my academy, my trading group, my signal group, and a free phone call with me to figure out how I can help you in your own trading. So like, comment, and subscribe on as many videos as you can this month, and we'll pick a winner from the people that do randomly, and hopefully it'll be you, and hopefully I see you in my VIP group one day. So thanks for your support. Let's crush the markets. Peace. Hey, what's up guys? So you want to get started. It's the end of 2019. We're going into 2020, and this is a great time to do a video for anybody that wants to get started trading Forex, or it doesn't have to be because it's the first of the year, but I thought this would be a great time to make this video. So what I'm going to do is lay out 5 easy steps for you to follow that I think anybody should do to get you on the right path to get started. So, there's so much misinformation out there, so many videos, and it's easy to get super lost. But the best thing you can do is keep the process simple. So if you can follow these steps to kind of get through the maze, it should be very, very helpful. And if you have any questions, feel free to shoot me a message. There's going to be links below in this video. Give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. There's so much free content on here. I'm always active. I'm always trading. This is what I do, and I'm always trying to give back. So I hope you find this video helpful. Let's get right into it. Number 1, the first thing you need to do is you want to open a demo account. So, it seems pretty self-explanatory, but a lot of people want to go in and you want to start trading, and then you open up an account and you put $500 in it, or $1,000 or $10,000, depending on whatever your financial situation is at the time. And that is not what you want to do. You want to start to practice, you want to start to learn, you want to get familiar with the platform. And when you do this, you want to find brokers for sure. Even starting a demo account, you want to have regulated brokers. I have some that I recommend. The links are below for people that are in the United States and for people that aren't in the United States. It's different everywhere you go because regulations are different. So these are the 2 I use. Regulated brokers. They're very good, very dependable, and your money is safe in them whenever you do decide to go live and start trading real money. Secondly, once you open a demo account, don't be afraid. So this is step number 2. Don't be afraid to get started. Like, what I mean is, so many people, like my students, will come, they'll start to learn, and they're like, dude, I don't know what to do. And that's pretty common. I remember when I was like, okay. So what I tell people is, start drawing, start making lines, start familiarizing yourself with the platform. I personally would recommend that you use MetaTrader 4, so you can download that app, MetaTrader 4, if you haven't already. So we can put that in step number 1 too. Download MetaTrader 4, 2, open up a demo account, and now 3, don't be afraid to get used to it. So start drawing on it, start placing trend lines, just start messing around with the color schemes. I have a ton of videos too where I show my charts and the way I like them to look. But I do also like them to be black, typically red and green, but that's a whole different scenario, different story. But don't be afraid to get familiar. Start pressing your buys, start pressing your sells, and because the thing is, it's monopoly money. A demo account is a demonstration account, right? It's just monopoly money. It doesn't matter if you lose it. If you lose it all, you can open up another one with $10 million, but I recommend you be more realistic and maybe start with opening a demo account of like 10K or 5K, something so it's not so it's not so video game like, so it's more realistic. Because when we start to trade, we want to treat our demo account like it's our actual money, because we want to simulate the process of trading. So it's very important not to just be like, okay, here's $5 million account and I'm going to place a $20,000 lot, 20 lot trade, or something like that. So you want to be sure that you make it as realistic as possible, because the goal is to get us out of the demo account and into a live account, and then start, simulating what it feels like. Well, then you're not even simulating it. Then you're experiencing the emotions of the market, and it's a roller coaster. So you want to simulate that first on a demo account. But remember, it's a demo account, so don't be afraid to draw. Don't be afraid to mark it up. Don't be afraid to get to press buttons. You know what I'm saying? So like whenever you got a video game, I was always the worst about this when I was a kid, and I was like, man, I don't know what to do. And I would just start pressing buttons and stuff, and then like whip out some crazy move, and and not know how I did that. So the thing is, just familiarize yourself with the platform. Start pressing buys. Start placing stop losses. Start putting take profits and sells and buys, and just see what happens. The more you do that, and the more you can be like, oh, okay, so this isn't too much of a foreign language. I understand it's a complete foreign language. It really is. It's what it's like. But don't be afraid to get in and start, saying hola and adios, and like if you're learning a foreign language, you want to start with the easy words. You want to start doing that on a demo platform as well for trading. So it's super similar in that regard. So number 3, what you want to do, so you've opened a demo account and you've found a broker. You opened up a demo account. You have MetaTrader 4. That's what I prefer. If you find something you like better, that's cool too. You're starting to familiarize yourself with the platform. Now, third, you want to find some sort of training. You want to find some sort of guide through how to get started, how to trade. So I offer this. You can see this in my videos. I have a training that I offer. But, whichever one vibes with you, that's fine, but the thing is, you need to find something. Like, so many people come, they join my group, and they're like, oh man, okay, yeah, so you have a training, I don't know, I'll just take these signals for a while, because I send out my trade setups, what I think are advantageous opportunities in the market. But the thing is, if you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what you're doing. And what's going on right now are some professionals in New York and London and Chicago and Sydney, and they're trying the market. You're competing to get the best price. That's exactly what it is on whatever it is you choose to trade. So the thing is, you need some sort of training, some sort of guidance, some sort of mentorship to like. Because think about it. Think about it this way. It's just like if you're learning how to be a carpenter, if you wanted to make a table or whatever you were doing, or an electrician, you go to a trade school and actually learn that trade. You wouldn't be like, wake up, be like, you know what, this year, 2020, I'm going to be an electrician, I'm going to make a living, I'm going to kick ass, I'm going to make 6 figures by the end of the year. Totally possible, and it's definitely possible trading if you're disciplined enough. But the thing is, you can't just be like, okay, let's do this, and sit down on your computer and do what I said in the last step, press a bunch of buttons, and think about and like start to compound an account or become profitable. It just doesn't work that way at all. So like, taking signals is good. You might get lucky and you might get a feel for it. And what I tell people with my trade setups is that take the trade setups, mix them with your own analysis and your own progress and your own training, and for going through my course, and then take the trade if it makes sense to you and use it as a learning process. And that's what I would say for anybody that's taking any sort of setups like that. But you got to have some training, So to get back to the electrician analogy, I wouldn't wake up and just be like, okay, I'm going to be an electrician, and then get a sledgehammer and hit a hole through the wall and start putting wires together, right? What would happen? I would get electrocuted. And that is exactly, not figuratively, but that's what it's going to feel like once you start. If you don't follow these steps, if you, instead of opening a demo account, you open a live account, instead of familiarizing yourself on a demo account, you start trying to figure it out on a live account. And third, if you don't do it with any training, it's gonna feel like somebody electrocuted you. Trust me, everybody does that at the start too. Like, I'm trying to save you a lot of pain and a lot of anguish, and trying to save you some money too. Follow these steps. Get some training. It doesn't have to be me. I think I'm a great teacher. Some pinpoints that I wrote down here, what you need to find in this training when you do. Make sure it's easy to understand. You know, like, it's easy to, as a teacher and somebody that, you know, helps other people, it's easy to overcomplicate this thing, you know, the markets and trading and technical analysis and fundamental analysis and interest rates and correlations. It's easy to get super complex, and, you know, for a beginner, it's like, dude, I don't know what you're talking about. So you want to make sure that that's easy to understand. Secondly, you want to, let's see what I have. You want to make sure the training covers a broad range of topics. Like, so, you know, there's tons of trainings out there that are like scalper strategy or moving average strategy, and that's awesome. That's great. But when you're starting out, you want to get a broad base of, hey, what's going on here? What is trend lines? What is support and resistance? What is divergence? What is the RSI? What is interest rates? Like, why is the market moving the way it's moving? Like, it's great to have like one simple strategy, but so many people are out there selling one simple strategy that you know, you can't just learn one thing and not know how everything is working. You want to have at least an understanding of the way the markets are working. So, and third, you want to make sure that you jive with the instructor, right? And that too, you want them to be accessible. You want you want to be able to send them a message and be like, hey, I don't understand this, and that they would get back to you in a reasonable amount of time. Like me, I'm super active. I'm doing this every single day. We have an amazing community of traders and people that I've mentored, and I try to be as available as I can because my mentor was available to me. You know what I mean? So that's super important because there's a lot of people that are mass selling courses, and you know, you see them on a webinar or something like that, and then you never talk to them again. Like, typically, I look, because I've been on a bunch of webinars, done a ton of courses while I was trying to figure this out years ago, and a lot of times I could, you know, you never see the person again. You never talk to them. If you did, maybe it was like in some sort of $20,000 course that was in Miami or something like that. And you know, I talk to people, my students, every single day on Telegram and WhatsApp because I love doing it. It makes me a better trader as well. So, and then we're talking about the markets, and you know, I've got students that I've been talking with. They're some of my best friends now, and that also work with me. So you know, there's tons of opportunity out there if you stay dedicated, for sure. But you gotta find, just to get back to it, it doesn't have to be me, but find some sort of training, some sort of map. Don't try to figure it out on your own. Don't be trading live, and you want to take some time. So fourth, become a part of a trading community. This is super important, and this helped me out a bunch when I started. There's tons of forums out there. TradingView is a great platform that, you know, people share their charts, share ideas. Like I mentioned before, for people that join my group, we have a huge Telegram chat where, you know, and the thing about that is it's a good vibe, it's a good learning community, and that's what you want to look for, and that's what I tried to create. Because when I was starting out, I was in all these different groups, and you know, like I'd get into a group and I would be afraid to share like a chart or my analysis of the market, or like ask a question, because I'd be afraid because there's always that guy or whatever that was in there that like ran shit in the chat room, and you didn't want to like, you know, it's intimidating. So, you know, we try to, you know, there's none of that. For sure, and it's a very supportive community. So whatever community you do find, for sure, make sure that it's a positive one. It's not just people that are like, yeah, you know, I hit 100 pips on GU and I'm the shit, and here's a picture of my car. And because like real traders know that, you know, the wins are great, but you got to start string them together consistently, and it's a grind and it's a battle, and it doesn't just happen one at a time, and you got to be humble, you know what I mean, to a certain degree. You know, the thing about that is why I say this is important is it is so hard to do this on your own. Like I said, don't try to figure it out on your own. Once you do get a training, don't just go through the videos on your own and like you can do that. It's going to take so much longer. The beautiful thing about the internet, today's December 31st, 2019, so it's almost 2020. And the thing is, this wasn't available 20 years ago. In the year 2000, you know, trading for regular people to learn how to do this was just kind of getting started because the internet was just kind of getting started. So this is all new, and you know, being able to be a part of a community and talk about the markets with somebody in Singapore and somebody in the UK and somebody in Portugal and somebody in the United States it's a miracle. It's amazing. I'm telling you, and it's what a great time to be alive. It's the easiest time to be able to learn how to do this stuff. But you have to be willing. You have to be willing to get involved. Willingness is a huge part of the learning process, 100,000,000%. And last but not least, number 5 is be realistic. Just be realistic, man. Trading is not easy. No matter how much people try to paint it out as being, you know, my one simple strategy to $100,000, like, you know, it doesn't, it's a lot more complicated than that, and it takes time, dedication. Like anything worthwhile takes time, takes dedication, and trading is no different. It's not for the faint of the heart. It helps if you're super competitive, if you're, you know, not giving up mentality, and you know, you have to be humble, because I tell you what, the market will humble you. I've been humbled many times, and so, like, be realistic about what it is that you want to do and what your dream is. And I'm telling you right now, it's 100% possible. Because I'm sitting here, I'm, you know, standing here telling you this right now from a place where I'm at now. The thing is, I just have some years behind me and have worked super, super hard. And that's what it takes, you know, but just to be like, don't fall for it on Instagram where the person's like, follow my signals, and they're in a Lambo and you never get to talk to them, and, you know, it's as easy as taking my trades. You have to learn how to actually do this. You have to learn how to do it. Like, and it's a learning process, and it's a roller coaster. It's 100% worth it. There's nothing I would rather do than wake up in the morning and like log in and like log into the market, you know, and like get plugged in, and I'm a part of this world thing that's happening. It's beautiful. It's crazy. But the thing is, it takes a lot of effort. I'm working all day, every day, pretty much. But the thing is, it's not work. It's just this lifestyle that you start to develop, and there's a certain degree of obsession that you'll eventually take on, hopefully. So, but the thing is, be realistic. Like, I'm not trying to turn you away. I'm just telling you, don't think you're going to have this in a week or a month. It's going to take some time, and it's going to take some dedication. But if you're dedicated, if you're willing to put in the time, it's changed my life. It can 100% change your situation in life too. So I hope you give it a try, for sure. But these are the steps you need to follow to start out. Or maybe you've already been started. You're like trying to figure out, and you're 6 months in and it's not clicking. Maybe you should try following these steps again. 1, download MetaTrader 4 and download a demo account from a broker, and a regulated broker, and I have a couple that I recommend below. And once you do that, number 2, familiarize yourself with the platform. Don't be afraid to press the buy button as long as you're in a demo account, or a sell button, or draw some trend lines, or start to look for reversal patterns. And if you've been doing this for 4 or 5 months and you aren't able to figure it out, don't be afraid to go back and be like, you know what, maybe I just am approaching this wrong. I need to go on a demo account. I need to approach this as a beginner, and that could be a game changer for you, for real. And so number 3, find some sort of training. It doesn't have to be mine. Of course, I recommend mine. The link's below. But whatever it is, but just don't try to figure it out on your own. I'm telling you, you just can't. You need some sort of mentorship. I'm not going to tell you you can't, but I'm just trying to save you a lot of pain, and if you're watching this and you have a little bit of experience and you've been trying to figure it out, it's all good. Everybody tries to figure it out. So I did, everybody does. So don't beat yourself up about it, but maybe it's time to humble yourself and be like, I need to go through a training. I need to, and as part of a training, I want it to be not overly complex. I want it to be pretty broad so I can get an overall understanding of a market. And 3, what was the third one? I want to be able to communicate with the instructor, and if I have a question, or there's a way to get a hold of them, and it just not be somebody recorded a training and then they live in I don't know, Fiji or Hawaii, and you know what I'm saying? So you want to make sure that they're doing this every single day. That's what you want out of a mentor, somebody that is actually trading, that can tell you what their trades are, that can tell you the levels of the market, and can give you an overall bias about what they believe will happen over the next 3 months at least. A short-term bias, medium-term, and long-term bias. But that being said, just make sure that the person's real and that you can get a hold of them and it's not overly complex. And once you go through that more broad training, then you can start to specialize whatever it is that vibes with you, whether it's scalping, swing trading, whatever, fundamentals, whatever it is. So, but make sure you go through a training for God's sakes, and do it on a demo, and start to take your time and learn the game of trading. I talk about this a lot. Think of it as a game. Like, I just want to beat this over and over and over again most of the time. Like, if you take that approach, it's going to be so much better, and you'll have a lot more success than I just put $5,000 in here. If I can make it to $10,000 in 30 days, that's just a losing strategy, and that's a losing mindset. And you want to learn just how to play the game. So once you learn how to play the game, then you can start to fall in love with the game, and then you can start to become obsessed. This is the first time I've ever said that. I'll have to do another video on that because it's so true. Once you learn to play the game and beat the game, then you can learn to fall in love with the game, and then eventually you can become obsessed with the game. And once you do that, then money will start to follow that obsession. So, 4th, become a part of a trading community. Don't just join it. Actually take part in it. Like, be active in it. I'm telling you, this will 10x your growth as a trader. And you know what? If you're an introvert, this is a great way to make some new friends. I know it sounds weird, but some of my best friends now, I consider my best friends, are from this community that I started, and it was amazing. I got to go to London this year, and we did like a free training. It was more just kind of a meetup where everybody hung out. And people charge a lot of money for these things, but I just made it free. I rented out a hotel room, and people got to meet me that lived in the UK, and it was amazing. It was awesome. So grateful for the experience. And now some of those people, since we met in person, and they're like, hey, you're a real guy, and hey, so are you, and you're pretty cool. You know what I mean? Like, they're some of my best friends, and a couple of them we work together now. So it's amazing. I'm very grateful for the experience. So who knows what could come out of being a part of a community other than accelerated growth. and accelerated, the love for the markets and going back and forth, and because it's a trial and error process. If you can be a part, join something where with like-minded individuals, it's going to make it way more fun, way more enjoyable, and I'm pumped up to get in my chat room and talk to people in the morning when I wake up. As long as not so much when it's a bad trading day, then it's like fuck, goddamn, you know what I mean? So, but that's comes with the territory too. And 5, be realistic, man. Trading is hard. It's if it were easy, there'd be a bunch of billionaires walking around just like, running their Bentleys into each other, not even caring because they can buy more Bentleys. Trading isn't that easy. That's the way people would like to make it look on Instagram or whatever, that everybody has a Lambo and trips and all kinds of stuff. All kinds of crazy stuff. But the thing is that it takes some serious dedication. It takes some hard work, but it's 100% worth it. So just do yourself a favor and be realistic about the time it's going to take for you to really start to become profitable and to feel good about being in the market. So that being said, 2020 is going to be amazing. I'm so excited. Volatility's picking up. We got some great setups in gold. The S&P 500, I believe, is about to take a big correction, which isn't that's not necessarily good news, but if you can prepare for these things, it can be pretty profitable. And 2019 was not very volatile. We had trade war, we had all kinds of fundamental things, political things, stalemates, lower interest rates, and the markets were just grinding. And 2019, I think it's all starting to jar loose, so it's going to be an epic trading year. So I hope you found this video educational. I hope it inspires you to maybe rethink your whatever approach that it is. Even if you've been doing this for a few months or years, whatever, if you made it this far in the video, it tells me that you want this. You want it super bad. So you need that kind of hunger to wake up and do this every day. So because sometimes it's humbling for sure. I don't know how else to say it. But it's totally worth it. So I'm sorry I go off on these tangents and make it sound like it's too arduous. But the thing is, it's liberating, and I hope to give that to you. So if you'd like to be a part of our community, if you'd like to get started, click the links below. There's also some broker links down there who I recommend. And let's get it. 2020, let's make it your year. Let's make it your year to break loose, break out, and become a better version of yourself in the process, because that's what my goals are and what I'm trying to do. So thanks for watching this video. I appreciate you. Please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video, and I will definitely see you in the chat room. Thanks for watching. Happy New Year's. Peace.